I woke up early as usual to the sound of faraway diesels, but as soon as I realized there was a golden sunrise brewing, I left Muriel sleeping and rowed ashore with a tripod and camera. I needed a less wiggly platform to shoot from. I hadn't yet had my fill of these lobstermen circling about in a sea of buoys, pulling traps in the pre-dawn light. These scenes looked like moving paintings to me, and I shot entirely too many of them. I thought that's all I was doing, but later, on further reflection, it became clear that we weren't just swimming, weren't just taking pictures or sailing a boat. We were living freely, unmolested by current events, or even anyone to remind us of them. When one lives on a boat for any length of time, the sense of freedom, palpable even in the best of times, is downright intoxicating in times like these. And so it occurs to me that perhaps this is the reason I crave sailing so much. After all, I can see sunsets from almost anywhere. I can see the water lots of places. I can live in a small space anywhere I choose, near the ocean or miles from it. And I can even sail a boat on a lake or a river. But where to find such freedom?
All right, Muriel, hop on in there. It's nice and warm, I'm sure.
Even here at this little beach, where the magic of the previous day didn't quite materialize, it was still a wonderful, carefree moments we'll treasure for a long time. We took all this largely for granted at the time, but that's okay. It just meant we were living completely in the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Look at that. Oh, bless.
We were excited to see our newfound friends over on Swan's Island, but reluctant to leave at the same time. It's such a beautiful spot. So is it better to leave after you've fully maxed out your enjoyment of a place and maybe gotten a bit bored of it, or is it better to leave wanting a little bit more? I think probably the latter, because then when you come back, you feel like you've got some unfinished business here.
Ah, we got cargo. Stowaway.
That's a lot of seaweed on there.
A big kelp leaf.
Whoa.
There you are.
So we left Merchant Road and headed east toward Swan's Island, threading our way through the many small islands. It was a typical late summer day that gave us some moments of great sailing, but also forcing us to motor in some of those periods of time where we got in between islands fairly close together and the wind just couldn't quite find its way there.
Brian, it looks like we have some company. There's a boarder here.
So we arrived at the beautiful home of Mike Wilson.
Let's see if we can freeze a jug of water.
Or three. Pretty spiffy little gangway they've got here. Not bad. So this is Swan's Island, the east side of Mackerel Cove.
Mike made us feel right at home in his spectacular shore home. And shortly after Dylan Buston from Rockland arrived, he cooked us all a great shrimp dinner.
So then I came up here.
Uh-oh.
2-second rule.
2 second. 1, 2.
No, you started
on
counting. All right,
film.
2 seconds
mine.
after he dropped.
It's mine. All right, it's on the side here. That'll be mine.
I don't have it. He's got it. He's got the shrimp.
Doug Day and his son Jackson arrived, and so we tore ourselves away from the great views and went inside to trade stories and songs.
Raising the lady, saving my life. Raising the lady, my boys and my wife. lives.
Ormai non c'è più la bambina, ma sto ancora cercando. Sarà sempre lontano, lontano da me, qualcosa che già conosco. Si continua a cambiare forme, l'orizzonte di cristallo. Cristallo.
That was beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
And so ended yet another just great day on this trip. It's only half completed and we'll get right back to it in the next episode. But for just a few minutes, I would like to switch gears and run down to Nashville and catch up on our goings-on there.
Well, I never thought we'd have that many spontaneous musical moments in our sail to Maine.
We did, but now that we're back in Nashville, there's all kinds of musical moments happening. Your All-Star Guitar Night and so on.
Right, jams, and we had benefited the Music for Life Alliance, and today we're doing a little business for them. We had given a grant to the Hungry for Music Foundation, and they are now today donating some keyboards to the W.O. Smith School behind us, and that has done fantastic work in teaching music to kids, and especially underprivileged kids.
That is a good thing.
Wow, just giving them a new outlook on life, and they've been doing this for years, one of the most successful music education organizations. What a difference they've made in this community.
And it's become empirically known that kids who learn and play music change their brains in a way that helps them learn English, math, writing, etc. So it really is not just for yucks. It's really a good thing.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
You are doing your good deed for the day.
Well, and you too today. Yeah.
Well, here he comes now with the keyboards.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you. Well, I've got 3 keyboards for you, 2 professional and 1 for a kid. Yes.
Wow, look at this.
Okay, excellent. This is a professional Kurzweil. It's a Kurzweil.
Oh, smokes. What size is it?
It's probably a $2,000 or $3,000 unit. I think 6 classical and then 4 steel string.
Wow.
I'm glad you can use that guitar stand.
If you open my pick on you, I want to know who it is.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we got it. Cool.
Thank you. So many that we need a dolly to come pull them out on.
We love this.
Isn't it fabulous?
We are down to our last keyboard.
Oh, no
Look at this
kidding.
gonzo professional thing over here in this big hard
literally
case.
down to our last keyboard. Awesome.
Yeah. That's great. That's going to make a bunch of kids happy.
I just know kids. And when I see a child come here, I can see what having an instrument in their hands does for them. That's why this kind of donation is so important.
Awesome. I'm glad it worked out.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to working with
Thank
Muriel
you. I'll
some
give you
more.
one of these.
Yeah, man.
Really appreciate it.
We'll do a three.
There we go.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
And also today, Nashville School of the Arts is getting some new guitars for their guitar program. And that's been very popular there. And they also have a wonderful program and getting kids involved in life through music.
So Muriel, Jeff Campbell, and I drove across town with all those generously donated guitars and arrived at the NSA. That would be the Nashville School of the Arts NSA. There we met with Ryan Murphy, another guy who was just doing great work here and helping to put kids and music together.
So just let us know what the needs are, and we can help with that. Since I had a lady call me and tell me, I know why you do what you do. She goes, I was in a music store, I was behind a daughter and her mom, and they wanted a drum set and they couldn't afford it. They were turned away for credit, And so she sought them out and got them the drum set. It does make a difference, and I started on this journey. I mean, I wanted to do it all, and then I realized that what the best way we can support is collect instruments, repair them, and then, you know, distribute them back out. And once I saw the difference that it was making in some lives, it just, you know, you just want to keep doing it. And that's kind of where we are 26 years later, 15,000 instruments later. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's just, it's a blessing to be doing this, and I hope I'll be doing it for a while, and I hope we can partner on some more instrument donations.
Thank you, Jeff. I think it's wonderful.
So thanks for letting us share that with you. In the next episode, we'll dive right back into the sailing, starting with a very pleasant morning at Mike Wilson's house, then a sail to the west this time, and culminating in yet another beautiful and secluded anchorage in Maine's Out Islands. It's easy to see why the Maine coast is perennially on cruisers' top 10 list of favorite places to go.
I'm Jeff Campbell with Hungry for Music, and you're watching Acoustic Sailing.